So I'm going to make some really quick cider. I've got from President's Choice, which is like Superstore, Loblaw. I think Dominion in Newfoundland is owned by the same people. Your Independent Grocer. It's just, I checked the ingredients and it's only apples. It's 3 liters for $4, which is a really good price. I have here a jug of my fermenting lager, a small jug, 1 UK gallon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and if I didn't have something fermenting already, picture you might have another jug of this already fermenting that you can do this with. So I open it up, put tin foil over it. You can see that's got tin foil on it, or aluminum foil, whatever you want to call it. This cider is really yummy, so I recommend you got to pour some out in order to pour some of the fermenting stuff in. And of course you should drink it. That's about 300 milliliters, maybe 350. That's really good cider. The beer I want to try actually, so I'm going to sample, put some beer in there, and then pour, took about 300 ml out. I'm going to put about 100 back in. That's fermenting vigorously. That's more than enough to get this fermenting. Then I'll stick them both back down in the basement to lager. So this one first. It's still young, as you can see. I enjoy young beer anyway. And so now I just pour that in there. Oh, that's plenty. This goes back on here. Now I got this. This is not the same yeast that's in there. What's in here is Fermentus DCL S23. This is Nottingham. It'll work fine in a cider. I've used similar yeast in a cider. This is an ale yeast. That's a lager yeast, but they'll both work well. Nottingham will ferment down to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which my basement is a little bit lower than that, so the lager yeast is preferable in that case. So I'm just going to set this back down there. I already got 2 I started yesterday. So I'm going to have, by New Year's, that will certainly be almost full strength, like 5% apple cider. Very young, obviously. If you want it to, you could add, if you did need a slightly bigger container, add some sugar, like a cup of sugar or something like that, to ferment it at a higher potency, or some honey if you want to dissolve honey in there. Ferment it at a higher potency. That's all there is to it. You're done. 1 pack of this yeast will seed like 4 of those easily. If you wanted to open 4 of them up and roughly split one of those 11-gram packages between 4 of those, Bob's your uncle. You got your first one going. After that, you can just pour it over. They say go 7 generations and then start on new yeast, basically, in case you get infections in or whatever. That's all there is to it. And of course, I forgot to taste this on camera. I figured it would be, it tastes like, I measured it about 2 days ago, and it was still 1.030. It's still fairly sweet now. I would say 0.20 maybe. It's come down a bit, or 0.22 maybe. It is fermenting more slowly down there, obviously, as I mentioned, because of the cooler temperature and the lagering. It's the way lager yeast works in the cold, slower.